Miscommunication isn't about what's said. It's about how we interpret it. In this video, I explore the power of language, the nature of source, and why waking up to your true self changes everything. Hello and welcome back to the channel. And if you're here for the first time, thank you for joining. If this message resonates with you, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would help us out so much. Thank you. So this is a reflection about language and how much power it holds over our understanding of each other and of life itself. I was thinking recently, it's all God. And when I say God, what I really mean is source. That's the word that I use. So let's begin here. At the root of everything is love. And love, true love, is the source of all there is. But here's the thing. Different people call it by different names. They say Allah, Jehovah Jireh, Buddha, the divine, the universe, the creator, all kinds of names. But there are hundreds of names for God. But we're all pointing to the same thing. We're just using different language. The word God is just a label, just a piece of language. It's a symbol. But the essence behind that word, that's beyond words. And that's where so much misunderstanding comes in. One person hears God and thinks of a loving presence. Another hears the word source and thinks of energy or vibration. But we're still talking about the same energy. The same thing happens with the word love. One person says, I love you. And they mean loyalty. Another person says, I love you. And they mean affection or even control. So when we hear these words, we have to pause and ask, what do you mean when you say that? Because language can be tricky. One person says, that's good. Another says, that's terrible. They had the same experience, two totally different interpretations. Let me give you a quick example. Someone says to their friend, wow, you're so bold. Now, they meant it as a compliment, meaning confident and assertive. But their friend hears it as an insult, like they're being too forward. There you go, miscommunication. Why? Because bold means different things to each person. One person sees it as a negative, another person sees it as a positive. Let me give you another example. You ask someone, how are you? They might say, I'm fine. Or another person might say, I'm fine. Now, depending on the tone, that could either mean I'm doing great, or with a negative tone, it could mean, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. Same words, same exact words, but different energy, different story underneath those words. Which brings me to that beautiful old story of the Chinese farmer. His horse ran away, and the neighbors said, oh no, how unfortunate. But he replied, maybe so, maybe not. The next day, the horse returned and brought along 3 wild horses. And the neighbors said, How wonderful! And he said, maybe so, maybe not. Later, his son broke his leg trying to tame one of the horses. How terrible! The neighbors exclaimed. And the farmer said, maybe so, maybe not. Then the soldiers showed up, and they wanted to recruit young men for the upcoming war. And the son was spared because of the injury. The neighbor said, how lucky! And the farmer simply replied, maybe so, maybe not. You see, what's good, what's bad? Who really knows? It all depends on your perspective. That's why I say source instead of a specific name for God, because when I say Buddha, someone might think I'm part of that religion. Or if I say Jehovah, someone else might think I'm part of another religion. And then they start asking questions about denomination. But I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about energy. The source energy that creates worlds, that created you, that flows through everything. That's the energy I'm referring to. And here's the truth. You are part of that energy, whether you know it or not. You're not separate from it. You're not beneath it. You are it. Everything you've ever needed has always been inside you. But we came here into this world of contrast and challenge, and we forgot. We forgot the power we came with. So now we face obstacles and we think, oh, I can't. We feel pain and think, I'm not strong enough. But that's not true. You were born with the power of the source inside of you. Your job now, while you're here on this planet, is to remember. That's what it means to wake up. This is not about religion. This is about returning to the source of who you really are, which is love, which is power, which is energy. And energy, it doesn't die. It never ends. It just keeps transforming. So remember, words may differ. Language may confuse us at times, but underneath it all, there's one truth. We're all connected by the same energy. And it's time we start listening past the words and start feeling the meaning behind them. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Blessings. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And remember, tap that notifications bell so you'll be notified when I post new content.